Oh my fucking god. Yes. Thank you, oh Lord, for this delicious meal that we are about to feast. So this is like, okay, so quick note. This is sort of like the best spot to put the concussion mine in the trap. It's still a little bit easy to see because you're gonna see it as you come around the corner, and it's a little bit elevated. If at all possible, never put your traps on like an incline or decline, right? Because then the trap kind of lays like this, so it kind of like hangs out, and this kind of protrudes out a little bit, right? If this was the trap. Look at my art skills, by the way. Don't you love it? I'm such an artist. If you can, always try to put it on level surface because it actually hides a little bit underneath the ground and it's a little bit harder to see. But again, if it's on a sloped surface, it will start underneath the ground, but it would also protrude out a little bit. And just, you can see it right here. Like, look how much is hanging out. See what I mean? See what I mean? All right, yeah, this positioning's what the fuck? This positioning's not the greatest that you're in right here. There's little rooms. So the thing with Junkrat is you want to funnel the enemy into these small rooms, right? Make it very difficult to actually dodge these shots because, they're very fat projectiles that you're firing, and, they bounce around the room a lot, and it's very small corridors, so you're going to get hit. You want them to be in this small corridor, not you, right? You being here, where is it? You being here is all right as like an off angle, but this is a little bit stronger for a character that can be a little bit more precise with his shots. When you have such like a large field of view where you can hit so many different targets, it's a little bit easier for them to dodge the shots, and you're actually putting yourself in a little bit of danger here as well, right? Because not only do you have to if you're here and you have to retreat, you have to cross through this like open area right here. And that, if, the Kree is competent or something, will get you killed. You are getting absolutely nothing done, my guy. You get rolled by serotonin. Serotonin, more like Sarah Tudson from the band Illuminati Hotties. Hey! Sorry. This positioning is really good. You just have to be patient right now. Your Ryan died because he tried to recontest like an idiot. Like, there's no reason he should have. But you have to adapt to that. Dropping to this low ground to get healed was, I think, a mistake. There's still other ways to play that. And now you just don't have the high grounds and you're in a worse position. Fortunately, you don't get grabbed or anything, but like, three of you are being funneled into this tiny little room. Your Ryan's just fucking doing his own thing over here. I don't know what the fuck he's up to. Yeah, the enemy is taking the high ground. You guys are gonna get surrounded here. Your hog is also just coming back from spawn. We're just very staggered, and a lot of people like to think that being staggered is sort of like a team problem, but in reality it's an individual issue. Sure, you can't really do much if your teammates stagger, but you can always make moves to sort of nulligate the effects, right? Oh, that nano just ran out. Yo, if she got pinned with that nano, she would have died. And then your Ryan misses a fire strike. Then your Ryan, who's going all in at this point, saying, fuck it, I'm winning this, just misses a fire strike. Oh. So this is a really, really bad stagger. This happens a lot on second points. I don't know if you ever guys feel this, but sometimes on second point, it feels like you just don't have a defense, right? First point, you lose. You have no way, like they just roll you second point and you regroup on third point, right? And maybe you notice that from the attacking side too. Maybe you're like, oh man, we crushed them on first point and second point, but all of a sudden they're holding on third. What the heck, team? What happened? Well, most likely they just lost first point and got completely staggered. Here is like a perfect opportunity to be in comms and be talking to your teammates, right? You can't do much. There's things you can do, but you can't do a lot without communicating in this situation, right? In teams and stuff, I have this saying, fight no use. It pretty much means we're going to die on point, try to stall out the cart or progress or whatever, but we're not committing any ultimates. And then if somebody calls winnable, then we, press all of our buttons and try to win. But right here, this needs to be called that, like, our Ryan cannot be throwing out a shatter like that. We cannot throwing out a nano like that. We should have called a regroup all the way back here. Like, here. We should have called a regroup the second this happened, right? This should have been everyone die or reset. We're going to meet up on the high grounds and just wait for the Rhine to get back. So I guess we'll skip forward. Like, even here, this is actually really bad. I don't even want you to be pushing up to this castle because it makes you a target. Fortunately, they're dumb and just forgot to push cart. And then after they win their fight, they go, oh yeah, we forgot to push cart. And then they all just stand on it. What should have happened? What should have happened? Their Lucio should have been pushing the cart the entire fight. The cart should be like here right now. They should, and the cart should be moving slowly forward as they dominate this high ground. That's what should happen right now. Right? Fortunately, they're dumb, and you're not gonna feel that effect. What should be happening, right? You up here is a huge mistake because you are trying to take space as a DPS. A thing you can do sometimes, but when your Reinhardt is in spawn, right? Even if you do take like really decent positioning, what can you do with it? Not much, because you're immediately gonna get pushed out of it. Even though you might have like the firepower, you have none of the stability, none of the like defensive like shields or whatever to hold that space. And a lot of times you're gonna get punished for this, right? Like their Kree and Ashe, and maybe even their Rhine, Zarya, Ana? Mercy? Who cares? Probably Ana should be on the high ground fighting you guys right now. Again, they're dumb. They are dumb. And they don't know what that means. Great trap. Great trap. That's a good one. That's a good one. I've just been focused on getting this done. Oh my fucking god! Yes, yes, chat. Oh my god, thank you, oh lord, for this delicious meal that we are about to feast. So this is pretty lucky. This is pretty lucky, right? I know it's a pick and it's really big, but like the real truth here is this concussion mine is kind of bad because you're just flying directly into the air, right? You're flying directly into the air. You're doing the equivalent of like a blind dive. You don't know where you're going. You know where you're going, but you don't know where the enemy are. You don't know who you're about to fight. And you already use some pretty crucial cooldowns. Like being down a concussion mine can be really, really dangerous because if you like say shoot and mine him and you don't get the kill because he's 225 HP, right? Say you miss a little bit and he survives with on 1 HP, he's gonna kill you because now you don't have a concussion mine left. Right? If you can, try to engage without using your mobility, so you can have another concussion mine to escape. Same thing with like a monkey jump or like a ball grapple. If you don't have to, often it's smart not to use your mobility to get in if you can just drop on top of their heads. And again, you just didn't know who you're facing. You didn't know there was a Kree here. God fucking damn it. You didn't know there's a Kree here. You didn't know the Mercy was here. You didn't know if there was a Zarya. You didn't know if there was a Reinhardt. You didn't have like any of the really crucial information before making this play, right? Gotta think smarter, not harder. God fucking damn it, dude. Look at this lad. Look at this lad. Oh my god. How do the bishops moves? Holy shits. You want to be making honestly, like in Diamond, like until you reach like GM, one of the biggest tips I can tell you is just make as little mistakes as possible, right? You can honestly just, if you want to do your own VOD reviews and you're not sure like how you're supposed to balance out like praising and what I've done right, what I've done wrong, all that jazz, just focus out like a demerit system, right? Only focus on the things you do wrong. And that sounds really negative, but like if you can minimize the mistakes that you make as a player, you're gonna be a much better player, right? Take less risks, right? Try to get as much value in with as few risks as possible, right? The more risk averse you are, the more you won't fucking die, right? Like right there, you should have been using your mines to escape, not boop them Rhine, right? Right there, you should have been thinking about your positioning. You should have been honestly on the high ground because junk nades are a lot easier to hit when looking down, right? You have to account for a lot less of that arc. Things like that. You know? You can just look at the things you're doing wrong and just easy fixes from there. Careful on this careful on this corridor. You're playing the corridor, but not the corner. Instead of playing like here and trying to shoot anything that comes in, you should be playing on this corner, playing here. One's just significantly safer. Sure, you can roll and get into safety no matter what, but like this position's a lot more stable. Things like a hog hook and a flashbang are a lot easier to play around when you're on a corner. For example, if you're like jiggle peeking like this and a hog hooks you and you're already moving in this direction, you're going to be slowed down but not stopped. And a lot of times, if you're jiggle peeking correctly, you can actually get hit by a hook and then break it by using your momentum that you're using for your jiggle peek. Same thing with the Kree. You can kind of like use that and sort of make it harder for him to land a headshot because your head is just barely around the corner and the rest of your body isn't. Or like he's going to try to fan the hammer, he's not going to hit all 6 of his shots. So again, instead of playing this entire choke, play just one side of it. And I would suggest this side, like technically this side has a mini, but you get isolated, right? Because if you're playing this corner and they push you and you retreat around here to get the mini and play around your corner and stuff, if they just push you afterwards, then you get completely separated from your team. Like, all your teammates are over here. You're just kind of stuck sucking your thumb in this area. Not ideal. Not ideal whatsoever. Yeah, a lot of times I'm noticing as well, you're playing in front of your Reinhardt. You're not playing like with your Rein at all. Kree kind of needs a good stable like a main tank. It's really, you can't really play a Kree with like a ball or a monkey or something because, you know, he's a slow character. Sure, he has roll, but generally he can't reposition very quickly or very far. So if you had High Noon right there, I would totally have used it. You didn't. It's unfortunate. What was I saying? I remember what I was saying before. I was saying something educational. Honestly, right there, I'd be looking for a flashbang because I'm afraid of that shatter. You're gonna die there, yeah. That flashbang was too early. Or not even the flashbang, the roll was almost too early. In low-key, that's your fault as well. Like, you kind of have to, at this point, like at this point of the fight right here, you need to be expecting them to push forwards. Like, especially because your Rein is asleep, right? You going right side to go for this flank is really, really dangerous. I love that you're very ambitious. You're very ambitious. You always want to like make a play. That's great. You gotta know, you gotta understand the risks and rewards. At this point, I just play back, play around this Reinhardt, shoot his shield, wait for my Rein to wake up, then make your move, right? But to like make this move now, while your Rein is still sleeping, is just asking for trouble. Try to work with your team. The last YouTube video I posted, which was a game with Kree, we talked about how to use like flanks and off angles, not just take those positions, but take those positions while your front line is doing something else. But if you just go around this way alone, you're gonna like catch the attention of every single enemy. Where if your team's pushing this way and you're going around, you know, you're going to end up getting like a pincer action, and they're going to have to focus their attention on 2 different directions, which makes it hard for them to live. God damn, your Lucio gets another boop kill? This Lucio is ambitious. Okay, and also very bad. Boy, oh boy, what terrible movement. See, like if the Lucio doesn't get that kill, he's throwing. If he doesn't land that boop kill, he's just throwing the game. Because he's not thinking about his like backup plan. What do you do if you miss? Shoot there, shoot, you break the shield. You should have shot when there's 2 people there, so you break the shield and kill the person behind them. Yeah, don't go for the flashbang there. He can see you through a wall. He knows when you're gonna peek. Yeah, if you lose this fight, it just straight comes down to like you are just completely staggering. Your team, but also you in particular, are staggering. Right? You're not paying attention to like how your team moves at all. You are constantly just throwing yourself into the waves, hoping the ocean will not kill you. It will. The ocean's fucking mean. Yeah, against double shield, your Hanzo arrow is super important. Super important. Try to okay, well they swapped. But if they were keeping the double shields, always burn down that Orisa shield as soon as possible. Like the second you see it down, you should be using a storm arrow. I remember learning about that in double shield. Like Sigma, one of the triggers for him to use suck is when you see storm arrow. If you see like a Storm Arrow being used, walk in front of the shield and suck. Because it's literally that important of an ability. Okay, yeah, once again, you're just out of position. You're so aggressive with your positioning. I don't hate it. It's just that like you're never able to get back to your team. The set like you either they don't pressure, either you win against the 1v1, they don't pressure you enough and you just kind of roll them because you're on the off angle, or you get instantly punished because you're out of position, can't get back to your team, can't get healing, and you know they just end up shooting you and you die. Okay, again, very risky. Like right now, quick check. Oh. Your Lucio's so creative. Quick check. Where's your main tank? Why are you always in front of your main tank, man? You're literally a sniper. You're a little sniper boy. You're a little emo sniper boy. Don't get in front of your big German shield man. You know, use him. Why are you always in front of your Rhine? Like, we're making fun of the Lucio for doing some stupid fucking shit because he's being an idiot, but you're basically doing the exact same thing. Just like, you know, tone down a little bit. You're making the same mistake. Good. You see the sim here? You should be trying to break that as well. Use your Storm Arrow for it. Or do that. Yeah, but breaking this is omega important. The second you see this, especially as like a DPS with any amount of range, you want to be breaking it. Because it's only 2-shot for you, I'm pretty sure. And now they just win because they're able to get that respawns. Yeah, now you just lose. That sim TP came in clutch. And the second you saw her, you needed to start shooting at the TP. As counterproductive as that seems, like, oh, I just need to kill the things in front of me, right? Because those are things contesting the points. It matters in the long run way more to break the TP fast. Might lead some people to think certain things. Right there, you gotta shoot the fucking shoot the up there. Shoot the thing up there, because they keep retouching. See, the ball retouches there because you. Oh my god. The teleporter. I couldn't think of the word. Okay, you guys scored sub 1 minute. Man, oh man, if only you broke that TP. Only you broke that TP, you would have a +1 minute, just saying. You could have won that first fight and had +1 minute, or the second fight that you won but took longer because you didn't break the TP. Man, you would have overtime there. Sorry, you would have finished with 1 minute and they would have finished with overtime. Okay, this is actually a good lesson, by the way. You're doing a great job with fighting off the Mercy. Sorry, the Pharah Mercy. But if you see the Pharah near cover, shoot at the Pharah. If you see the Pharah out of cover, shoot at the Mercy. Now that might seem counterintuitive. Like I always say, like, oh, if you're on corner, then you can just like, you know, oh no, the Kree's shooting at me, and now you're safe, right? Same thing would apply up here, right? If the Pharah is up here and you're shooting at her, and she's like, oh no, I'm being shot by the Kree, get to cover. Why would you shoot at the Pharah if she has cover to get behind? But if she's all the way out here, why wouldn't you just shoot her, right? You'd punish the Pharah for being out of position. No, the pocket actually makes a huge difference here. If there's a Pharah near cover and you start putting shots on her, what that's going to mean is she has to go around cover, right, and hide for a few seconds to get healed up before she can shoot again. What this is doing, every time the Pharah in the high ground, right, is like hiding away from your shots, it means 2 people are out of the fight. The Mercy and the Pharah for the next like second or 2 are not participating, and you get to keep shooting at the front line, right? But if the Pharah is out of position like this, you don't shoot at her, you shoot at the Mercy. Because if the Pharah is out of position, the Mercy is the one in danger, not the Pharah, right? Because the Mercy has to follow. The Mercy has to follow. If this Pharah makes a bad decision positionally, this Mercy has to pay, right? Why would you shoot at the person that has a constant 60 heals per second, or I guess 50, 55 heals per second, when you can shoot at the person who's just sitting there like a fucking piñata? So playing against the Pharah, the dynamics change depending on where she is positioned, right? Either you shoot at the Pharah to stop her from actually shooting at you, but if she's out in the open, you punish her positioning by shooting at the Mercy, right? That's the most consistent way to deal with Pharah players. Now, obviously, that doesn't work all the time, but it's a great skill to have. Because right now, if you were to put these shots onto the Mercy instead, she'd be dead right now. But instead you put onto the Pharah and she gets to live because she has healing. Yeah, but look at this Mercy. Look at this Mercy. Look at this Mercy. Just asking for it. Right? She has to wait like 2 seconds without getting damage before she can get healed again. If you can just do any amount of damage to her, you're delaying that healing. That's a big deal. Also, their Rein is being very stupid. Do not fall for a dumb charge. Thank you. And that looks like GG. Okay, so you win because they dumb. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. He's a homie because I know him from one of my teams. Oh, I love this. I love this. Hold up.
About you and how you've been treating me, and I thought, why do I love you?
The house creaks as the sun hits my blind eyes. I can feel the cold outside. So tell me what you see.